guys, Mark the Mentor here, back with another video. All right, this video we are going to keep it real like we always do. So we're gonna keep it funky in this video. This is going to be like the Meek Mill song, levels to this shit, because it's levels to this shit. It's levels to life. It's levels to everything that you do. So I guess there's a new wave of people entering into the space all over again, and I'm a lot of my topics to my videos have to do with what I'm encountering just from talking to people and being in this industry and things of that nature. I guess where the world is with everybody wanting to be their own boss and everyone wanting to work for themselves is another reason that's leading people into this industry. But there's a lot of hopium being spread, and I'm here to dispel the hopium. All right, I'm here to give clarity. All right, clarity. All right, so levels to this shit. Like Meek Mill says, different levels to box trucking. All right, so that means different money. That means different work levels. Just different lane levels. All right, just a bunch of different levels. So what I want to do is I want to break down the levels. All right, because there's a lot of people that are thinking they're gonna just jump into this game because they got fed some hopium and they think they're just gonna go from 0 to 1,000 overnight, and it don't work like that. Or they think they're just finna make $1 million off one truck. Like man, the myths that I hear out there, the things that people tell me that people have told them, it's crazy. All right, so let's get started. All right, so box trucking, you're running 2 lanes, or let's say 2 categories. Break it down easy. So for all the newcomers into the game, I'm gonna try to break this down as simple as possible. All right, the old timers, the guys that's knowledgeable in the game, this video may not be for you, but you're welcome to stick around too. All right, so it's 2 categories. You got middle mile, you got final mile. Let's talk about middle mile. All right, there's a few ways you can play middle mile. All right, you can do spot market work. You can do Amazon relay, which is similar to spot market work because they have their own load board. All right, now how you play the spot market, how you play the load board is going to determine your level. All right, it's going to determine your earning potential. It's going to determine your earning potential is going to determine a lot of things. All right. Now, if you're one of those people who don't want to be away from home, you want to stay local, you want to run short runs back and forth, you don't want to touch anything, you're going to be on a level that's going to be, let's say, right here. Now, if you're a person who leaves out and you're playing the load boards and you're away for 2-3 weeks at a time and you just go where the wind blows you, you'll drive across country, back across country, zigzag, you going where the money is at. All right, wherever the road takes you, wherever the money is at is where you're going. You have no obligation back at home to get back anytime soon. You don't care if you go back. As long as the money is out there, you're going to stay out. You're going to be at a level like right about there, right? You're going to be higher than this level. Why? Because you're putting in more work than the person here. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with this level. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's the level that you want to be at, then that's the level you want to be at. There's nothing wrong with it. You may have obligations at home that keep you at this level, and there's nothing wrong with it. You may have small school-age children. You may have a wife or a spouse that doesn't want you away on the road. You may have fear of the road. You may have a truck that you don't think is capable of doing cross-country trips or whatever. You want to stick close. All right, and so that's why the earning potential puts you at this level versus the person that's willing to go further and go where the road takes them. It puts them at this level. All right. Now let's break that down even further. You got something that's called no touch freight, and then you got freight that you touch. All right. Now, obviously, the more work you do, the more money you make, right? So let's say you're doing those local, I'm saying them local because you're back home every day. You're doing 150, 200 miles, 200 miles at the max, and you're doing no touch, all right? It's going to be different, a little bit different from a person who's doing that same type of run, 200 miles, and they're touching the freight. More times out than not, they're going to get paid more because there's more work involved, which is as simple as just taking your pallet jack and pulling pallets on and off the truck, or using your lift gate. All right. Different levels. So now you're at this level where you're doing 200 miles, no touch. And then let's say you got a guy who's doing that same 200 miles. We're going to put him right about there. Right about there. That's his level. All right. It's a different level, right? Now you got the person who's leaving and they're going out and they doing everything. They doing no touch freight. They doing touch freight. They driving cross country, California to New York, to Florida, to Chicago, back down to Texas, back up to New York, back from New York to California. Their bag is going to be different. So we put them at this level. All right. So it's different levels. It's different levels. So when people say, oh, well, I heard that I can, get a truck and I'm going to put a driver in it. And yeah, man, I'm expected to do $190,000, $200,000 because this is just passive income. And I'm just okay. Well, what do you plan on doing? Oh, we're just going to do middle mile, dock to dock, no touch. I'm going to get a driver. Okay. And you think you're going to do 200,000, huh? Yeah, that's what I heard I can do. That's the earning potential. Well, where are you going to send the driver? Oh, I'm going to keep them close, probably like 100, 200. I heard I can get like a local contract with Home Depot. Who told you that? Where did you hear that? You think Home Depot is going to give you and your one truck and your one driver, if you can keep a one driver? You know what I'm saying? Because it's very competitive out here now. They're going to give you an account? Well, that's what I heard. Who told you that? Levels. Now, let's talk about the accounts. Now, we got something called final mile. All right? Now, we talking about a whole nother level now. It's a whole nother level. Now, everybody that follows my channel know I'm final mile. I'm a final mile. I'm everything. I've done everything. But I made my money in final mile. All right. The bag in final mile is a different bag. It's a different bag than middle mile. All right. Why? Because it's a lot more work involved. It's a lot more work. Your average middle mile truck, you got a guy who's doing middle mile consistently in a box truck consistently. On a good year, he can do 100 and some change. 100 and some change. You know what I'm saying? 100 and some change. Now, a final mile truck can do about $250,000. A lot more work though. So now we looking at the levels now. Now, I'm not saying that the final mile is better than the middle mile. I'm not. This is not one of those videos. This is videos about levels, so you can understand the levels, because I gotta break it down maybe in rap terminology. You know what I'm saying? For some people to kind of understand what's going on here. So we gotta do what we got to do, because we got to get the message across. So however we got to get it across is how we got to get it across. All right. So you got your middle mile and you got your final mile. Now, it's two different levels on the bag. The bag level is two different because it's a lot more work involved. But there's nothing wrong with middle mile. All right. If it's just you and your truck, and you cool and you really work it, you can check a nice decent amount of money. You truly can. But you got to really work it. You got to work it right. Now, if you want to step up to final mile, then you got to understand what comes along with that. What comes along with that is more people involved on the truck, all right? Which means more people you got to pay, all right? Also means a lot more physical labor versus the non-physical labor if you run a middle mile, dock to dock, no touch. All right, even if you run a middle mile, dock to dock, and you touching, the most you doing is taking your pallet jack, pumping it up, pulling the pallet off, turning around, putting it on the lift gate, lowering it if you got to do that. But if you pulling into a dock, you letting the ramp onto the thing, you pulling up the ramp, you're placing the pallet in the warehouse, or you're putting pallets out of the warehouse onto the truck. You may have to shrink wrap a pallet, shift some stuff here and there. It's nothing compared to final mile and the stuff that you got to do and lift and the obstacles that you may or may not have to deal with day to day. All right. So that's why that bag jumps like damn near a whole nother $100,000. That's a different level. It's a different level on the bag, and it's a different level on the workload too. Both of them could be a positive. One could be a positive. The other one could be a negative. It all depends on how you look at it. Both lanes are good, but not everything is for everybody. Not a lot of people can do final mile. A lot of people aren't capable of dealing with that. You may be a little bit older. You may have like a physical ailment. You may be a lady or woman who's just not going to be capable of lifting this type of furniture and appliances day in, day out. You may be in a market where you just can't find a person, a helper to get on a truck and start one of those contracts with you, right? There's a lot of variables that go into play with final mile versus middle mile, where if you want to get started, you got everything you need to get started. You can get out there and just worry about you doing the work. All right. Final mile, it's a team effort. All right. It's a team effort. All right. So it's levels. All right. You have to find where your playing level is at and make the best out of your playing level. And then if you want to get to the next level, then that's how you get to the next level. All right. Just like playing a video game. Start off at level 1. You beat level 1, you go to level 2. You beat level 2, you go to level 3. So on, so forth. So we talked about middle mile. We talked about the load board, the spot market, Amazon Relay. Amazon Relay is the same thing as a regular spot market load board, DAT load board, and all the other load boards that are out there, except you're running exclusive Amazon freight. All right. The rates fluctuate. All right. They fluctuate. Most of those routes are, I'm not saying they're local, but you're home daily. All right. All right. A lot of people like doing Amazon, right? Because it keeps them home daily. They make good money, right? You can make I know people making $100,000+ a year with Amazon, 130, 140, 150. All right. So the money is there. All right. But, some people want to make more. All right. But if you're making that type of money and that's your level, then be content with that level. But if you want to make more money, then more work is going to come. See, this is the whole point I'm trying to get to. People want to make this type of money, but they want to do this type of work. And it just don't work out like that. It don't work out like that. You know what I'm saying? It does not work out like that. If you're not trying to lift nothing and carry nothing and sweat and jam your finger and be frustrated and have to take doors off and all the stuff that comes with Final Mile, and Final Mile is not for you. So that bag level is not for you. All right, the bag level for you is probably right about here, where you just running middle mile, and you doing dock to dock. But if you don't want to touch no freight, then that level ain't for you. This level ain't for you either. So then you got to drop your level down to no touch freight. That's going to be your level right here. But there's nothing wrong with that level, because you don't want to do this and you don't want to do this. So 125, 130, 140, 150,000 may be the level for you. And even at that level, doing no touch freight, whether you're doing it for Amazon or you running on a load board, it's still going to come with some work. You got to search for the loads and you got to do some driving and, you know, and everything that comes with it. And that's good money too. But you have to be satisfied with that level and not expect to get this level pay and that level pay for doing this level work. Hopefully this didn't go over a lot of people's heads. I know some people are probably going to be like, man, you know, you talking about. But it's the truth. I'm going to keep it all the way 1,000 with you. I'm going to keep it funky with you. You dig? And that's just the honest to God truth. So hopefully now people understand that, you know, it's different levels. www.boxtruckcourses.com for your mentorship with me, Mark the Mentor. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the upcoming videos. And I'm out.
Go mo, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about, oh shit.